Whoa, look at this. Welcome back to Cameras and Coffee. In case you were wondering, this is the new TT Artisan's 7.5 millimeter f.2 on the Sony ZV E-10, this camera. It's not for everything, okay? There are a couple of cool things about this and this setup that I think is really cool. I'm down here in one of my favorite spots in Los Angeles, under the 4th Street Bridge, and wow, it is quite a scene, as you can see. And I really wanted to shoot down here so I could show off the vast. Look at this! You can almost see all of my arms. Yeah, look at that! Wow. Yeah, this thing's super wide. It says that this lens, I think on the website it says that this lens is 180 degrees, right? But I want to show you something about this setup that makes this especially usable. Sort of a cool little like Easter egg, I guess is what they call it, that's in this specific setup on the ZV E-10. I'm shooting all of this in 24p in HLG3 because it's so bright out here. Yeah, of course. Of course, this is not a portrait lens. Look at my giant head. I'm shooting everything on this video with the TT Artisan 7.5, okay? So everything that you see here is from this lens only, no other lenses. Because I'm in kind of a dicey area, I don't want to keep running back to my car and kind of, taking my camera apart and using the screw-on ND filter that comes with this lens, which is really awesome. Right now I'm shooting it with no filter on at an f.8. One of the many cool things about this lens, that's a train going by the way. One of the many cool things about, I'm going to try to block that hot spot. One of the many cool things about this TT Artisan 7.5 is its manual focus, and some people are like, oh my gosh, it's manual focus. But as you can see, I'm obviously very close. I am maybe 10 inches away from the front of the lens and another 2 inches from the plane of focus. So anyway, maybe a total of a foot away from the camera, so I'm very close. A very cool feature inside this Sony camera is when I switch it to 30 frames per second, it does a little crop, okay? So it will be less bendy. And some people like that. Technically, you're getting sort of two lenses in one camera setup, okay? If you know that and you make those adjustments. So I'm going to stand in the same place right now and I'm going to put it to 30p, and you can see the crop in, and it will be slightly less bendy on the edges. You won't see as much, and some people might like that if they want to get the super wide lens but they don't want it to be super fished, okay? So let's go to 30p right now. All right, here we are. This is I'm looking at make sure I'm still in focus. Here we are, yeah. So here we are, 30p. I changed the settings internally, obviously. And what it did is, you probably saw right away, is it cropped in a bit, okay? I think it's great. I haven't done the math exactly. I'll look and see what the crop factor is. But it's kind of cool because, like I said, it kind of gives you two lenses in one if you're using the ZV E-10, which I'm using here. So I'm going to go back to 24p. All right, okay. So here we are back in 24p. I think I'm in, yeah, I see my peaking, so I'm good. So here we are back in 24p. I want to show you what happens if you shoot this lens and it's not perfectly level. And some people might like the effect. Some people might be really turned off by the whole thing. I personally don't mind it. But you have to know what you're up against. So here we go. So as I do a little tiltage up and down, you're going to watch the horizon start to bow a little bit. And some people might like that and some people might not care, you know. So it's going to have some distortions here. You know, you can see how bendy it is on my arm. It's a fisheye lens, guys, and you don't want to see down here, right? So anyway, but yeah, you can see like way up, way back, there. Like this is straight above me, and my fat head is still in the shot. So I'll put us back to bubble here. Okay. And it says that I'm level here all the way around. I really wanted to make a point of shooting everything with this lens so you could see what it looks like all over. See if you like it. See what kind of distortions it does on my bendy head, you know. Anyway, you don't want to see this noggin. Is it the perfect interview lens? No, it's not. But if you really want to grab something with a wide, expansive landscape, or inside a tight room, or underneath a bridge like this, showing off a bunch of stuff, this lens might be really cool because it really works well in tight spaces. And let me see if I can get it even closer and see if I can do the manual focus here and see. So you don't want to see that, but I think I'm in focus here. But yeah, it's pretty tight, and I'm like this far away from the lens, 4 inches. So anyway, I'm going to back out so you guys don't get too scared. Okay, and I'm using my peaking on this on the ZV E-10, and according to the peaking, I'm in focus right here at about a foot away. Anyway, let's break out of this little setup, and we'll go look at a couple other things so you can see what focus looks like at infinity and all this other environmental business I got going on around me. Let's check it out. Here's another perspective, kind of a reverse shot of where I was on the other side. Yeah, I have the focus kind of played about here, but you just got tons of depth of field, obviously, because it's a wide lens. And I'm shooting it at f.8 still. Okay, so I'm going to do a little close focus shot here. I'm kind of about, I'm really close to this wall. I'm just going to pan over real quick and let you guys see. This whole wall here is just really pretty awesome. And like I said, this is my hand over here. And you can see I'm even like 180 degrees this way, shooting off the set almost literally. So it's super wide. See if I can get us even closer here. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of perspective. And I'm going to raise this so you can get more of his eyeballs. I'll foci even closer like that. But yeah, that's this is really close. This is 6 inches from the wall. All right, so let me show you what this looks like here on the 4th Street Bridge. Let me get this all set up for you. All right, here we go. Let me frame this up. You guys can see it. Kind of neat. Really big point of view here. Like I said, this is a really fun lens to get these shots because you can't really get them any other way other than a big fisheye, So a lot of fun. Let's see what's going on over here. Looks like somebody lives in there. This lens is a super wide fisheye, so it's definitely going to remind you every time. If it's not perfectly level, you pretty much have to bubble it right in the middle, and then you'll have at least a straight line across. So as I come across into the front here, now I'm right in front. I'm going to just focus on my noggin, and I'm going to look at the peaking on my camera. So right there it says I'm in focus. So you can see that. Trains are coming. Obviously you can see that once again, super wide, totally different perspective. You can see off the end down here. I'm parked over there, but super cool. This bridge is only 4 lanes wide, but it makes it look like I'm shooting in a football field. It's really cool. According to the digital level on this camera, on my monitor, it's perfectly straight. If I was gonna give you one tip about using this lens, probably more than anything, just be wary of keeping it level if you want your straight horizons. And you got to remember, in the age of autofocus everything, this is a manual focus lens. So you need to constantly be aware of that and constantly check your focus. And I'm going to just go through my focus here. You can see, so right here I'm in focus, and then my peaking is going nuts right there for my background. So my background's on. I'm going to stop this down a little bit so that it's not so hot, so you can see that my city of Los Angeles, that I love, looks beautiful. Okay, let's talk about build quality real quick. This lens is pretty straightforward. It's a manual focus lens. It's built like a tank, super solid. Nothing shakes on it when you shake it or rattle around. And when it mounts to the camera, it just feels really smooth. The focus on here, I'm just going to rack in and out of focus. The focus on here, look, I'm going to get real close here. Oh wow, you don't want to see that. Ooh. Anyway, who wants to see that? But really kind of heavy almost, which is great. Really doesn't feel cheap at all. Okay, yeah, so that's the new bridge over there. The big old curly thing. It's going to be awesome. And that whole, all that stuff over there, all this stuff over here is going to be like more MTA transit stuff. So they're really trying to make that really snazzy over there. This lens is pretty great. It's not for everything. If you're doing big, wide, expansive architectures, those tight real estate bathrooms, if you're a real estate photographer, or the funky hallway or the weird kitchen corner you want to shoot, this lens might get you there. You know, it's not perfect. It's very affordable, and it's very sharp. Here comes the train. All right, that's my cue. I gotta bounce. I really hope you guys like this short review of the TT Artisan 7.5. Hey, tell them to hit that subscribe button.